In this video, you're going to learn how to create a Docker container using the FlowWright image. FlowWright Docker image is stored on Azure. So the first thing you have to do is you have to authenticate with Azure, and then you can create the container. So there are a couple of commands that you need, actually two commands. One command is actually to authenticate with Azure, and this is the command that you'll be using. And you can see that the password here is blanked out, but as a customer you'll be given the actual command with the password, so you can log in to our Azure container repository. Once you have done that, what you have to do is you have to issue this particular command, docker run command, and here you can see we are passing in some of parameters. And in this case, we are giving it a name. That will be the container name, FlowWright10 app. We have also mapped port 8000 on the local machine to the port 80 of the container. And we are also passing in the connection string to the database. So in this case, you can see my data source and my password are blanked out here, but this connection string should point to your FlowWright database. And then last, we have the image. We are using the FlowWright Azure repository FlowWright app latest image. So I'm going to go ahead and show you that in my containers here in my Docker desktop. I don't have any containers called FlowWright10. Once I run this command on a command prompt, I'll be able to show you the container running. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to now go ahead and enter the command and create a container. So now that I gave the command, the container got created using that image. If the image is not in your machine, it will automatically download. So the Docker desktop will download it. So you can see it downloaded this particular image, and then it created this FlowWright10 app. And if you click on this container, you can also see the container is now starting. It's performing some configuration, and this might, first time when you run this might take a minute or so to get set up. And you can see here it's container is doing stuff. It installed engine services, installed a trial license, and it set up the database connection, and it started the process engine, and the FlowWright app is ready for using. So now if we go back, we can just click on this little icon that will take you directly to the FlowWright UI. So let's give it a second. The browser should load the FlowWright app UI. Here we go. Now we can go ahead and sign in using my default credentials here. And once we logged in, you can see I have a 30-day evaluation license that got installed with the FlowWright automatically. Just to test out this, I'm going to go ahead and go to my process instances, and I'm going to go ahead and select this existing process, and I'm going to say, execute selected, and we should see this get executed. So you can see that it just got completed. And if I just double click on it, it'll even render and show you the graphical version of this particular instance. That means the engine is running and it's executing workflows, and I can also check that by going to status, and under status we can also go and look at services, and you can see that the process engine service is running and all the other engine services are down. So this is the way you would create Docker container from FlowWright image. And once you have done using it, you can just shut down the browser, and you can also, if you don't need the container anymore, you can shut it down also. You can just say stop, and the Docker will stop this particular container, and you can always open this, click the start button, and start up the container for any time that you want to use it. So hope you enjoyed this video. Hope you learned how to create a Docker container with a couple of simple commands. First, you have to authenticate, with our container registry on Azure, and then all you have to do is do a Docker run command, and that will create the container for you. Thank you for watching the video.